everyone, welcome to Saurav's classes. My name is Ashmita, and in today's class we are going to solve 5 questions from the HSEE 2021 paper. In each of our classes we are solving 5 questions back to back, and in the previous 2 classes we have already completed till number 10. So today we are going to solve from question number 11 to question number 15. So let us read the first question that is provided to you on the screen, that is question number 11. Now question number 11 says, choose the most appropriate option that can act as an antonym of the underlined word. So you see there is a word which is underlined, that is arbitrariness, and you have to find out the antonym of the underlined word. What do you understand by antonym? Antonym means opposite. So you have to find a word that best describes the opposite of arbitrariness. All right. So let us start discussing the options which are provided to you, and we need to choose the best suitable answer and the correct answer. Number 1 is wantonness. Now, what do you understand by wantonness? Wantonness means something which is merciless, something which is inhuman, something which is cruel. All right. So that is wantonness. Okay, before discussing about the wantonness and all those options which are provided, we need to discuss the sentence. So coming back to the sentence, that is, he talked with her paternally and dogmatically with a touch of arbitrariness. Yes, that's the sentence, and we have to find out the antonym of arbitrariness. Okay, so he talked with her paternally. What do you understand by paternally? Paternally means just like a father talks, that in the same way, in a similar way, he talked with her. Okay, so he talked with her paternally and dogmatically. What do you understand by dogmatically? Dogmatically basically means expressing your opinions in a way which is unduly positive, and or it can be in an arrogant manner. So that is dogmatically. All right. And what is arbitrariness? Now, what is arbitrariness, around which the entire question revolves? Arbitrariness means something which is based on chance rather than on some rigid plan or a rigid reason. So something which is based on chance and not any kind of plan or reasoning or logic, that is arbitrariness. All right, so we need to find the opposite of this one. Wantonness, I have told you, it's some sort of cruel, merciless attitude or inhuman attitude. So this won't go at all. This is absolutely wrong. So I'm striking this out. Moving over to the second option, that is capriciousness. What do you understand by capriciousness? Capriciousness means unpredictable. What do you understand by unpredictable? Something which cannot be predicted that it can happen. Something which we never expect, that is unpredictable. All right. So this will also not go. It's not at all coming to the opposite of arbitrariness. Rather, I would say that it's quite synonymous to arbitrariness. Okay. Capriciousness is quite synonymous to arbitrariness. Okay, moving over to the third option, that is absurdity. Absurdity means the quality or the state of being ridiculous or wildly unreasonable. All right. So this will also not go, as this is not at all coming to the opposite of arbitrariness. So I'm striking this out also. Last option which is left is sequentially. Sequentially means following a logical order. A proper arrangement is there, a proper sequence is there, that is sequentially. From the word itself we come to know that it is in a sequence. It is, you see, the first portion of this word says sequence, so it's sequentially. All right. So arbitrariness, I told you, something which is based on reason and rather than on any kind of plan. And you see, sequentially means with a plan, in a logical way. So you see the difference between the two. So arbitrariness is something which is not planned, not logical, and sequential means something which is logical, something which is planned. So the correct option would be number 4. All right. Number 4 is the right option. Moving over to the next question. Number 12. Now, number 12 says, choose the most appropriate option that can act as synonym of the underlined word. Okay, so synonym of the underlined word they are saying. So the sentence provided here has a word underlined, that is brandishes. You can see it. So the officer seats himself in the sleigh and brandishes it. Okay. So we need to first understand the sentence, and then we need to find a synonymous word or a word with a similar meaning, just like brandishes. All right. First of all, let me explain you the sentence. That is, the officer seats himself in the sleigh. Sleigh means a sledge. Do you all know what is sledge? Sledge means it's kind of an open vehicle. It's just like a bullock cart, something like something, or a horse-driven vehicle-like thing. Sledge is mostly like that kind of thing, but it is mostly the form of transport in places where there is a tremendous snowfall. Okay, there is a lot of snow, and you can just slide through it. That's the kind of vehicle through which you can slide, and it is either drawn by horses or by reindeers, or it can also be like drawn by the dogs which are available in the snowy areas. All right, that is sleigh. So sleigh is sledge. Next is brandishes. Do you all know the meaning of the word brandishes? If you don't know, then you won't be able to find a word synonymous to it. So you should be knowing vocabs, new words like this every day. You need to practice so that you can just broaden your vision. All right. Brandishes. Now, brandishes means to wave, to like shake, to flourish, and not like stay restricted. All right, just to move and wave and all those. That is brandishes. So what are the options that are given over here that matches with the word brandishes? Number 1 is conceals. Now like girls should be knowing what is conceal. They do it like most of them do it with makeup and all. So conceal means to hide. Concealers are a part of makeup, so many of you might be knowing. Conceal means to hide. Okay. Next is wield. Okay, number 1 will definitely not go. Conceals, it's just not going with brandishes. All right, so conceal won't go. Number 2 is wields. Now, wields means the same like brandishes, like it means to wave, it means to flourish, it means to shake, just like brandishes. So definitely a word synonymous to brandishes is number 2, that is wields. Okay, but as we know, we need to like discuss the other words also, because you need to know the vocabulary portion a lot well. Number 3 is consumes. Consumes means, obviously it's a very simple word. You all know. What do you understand by consume? Consume means to eat, to ingest, to devour something, to have something. That is consumes. All right. What about abundance? Abundant means just to like just give away, just to throw away. That is abandoning. Okay. To give up something, that is abandon. To discard something, the best word would be to discard. That would suit abandon. Okay, so abandon will also not go, and consume will also not go. The best possible answer is wields. Wields also means wave, to shake, just like brandishes. All right. Okay, so let's move over to the next question. That is question number 13. Let us see what it says. Which of the following words can most appropriately act as synonym of the word despondence? So once again, we are about to find a word that is synonymous with despondence. Synonym means similar meaning, just like the previous questions that we have discussed. So the first word, okay, we need to know the meaning of despondence first. What do you understand by despondence? Now, despondence means feeling or showing some sort of an extreme discouragement or dejection or depression. Okay, so sort of negativity. Despondence means extreme negativity, extreme discouragement, extreme dejection, depression, and all those. Okay, so we need to find a word which is synonymous to despondence. First one is euphoria. What do you understand by euphoria? Euphoria means like extreme happiness, what we can explain. Like joy, then elation, excitement, happy, gay, that is euphoria. Okay. So obviously this won't be synonymous. This is like kind of an antonym. It's working as an antonym, so it won't go. Number 2 is melancholia. Now melancholia means from the word melancholy itself, this word has come. Melancholy, you all know it means gloomy, sad, very depressing and all. So I have already told you the meaning of despondence. This means it means discouragement, extreme sadness, extreme depression and all. So melancholia also means the same. Dull, doom, very gloomy, very sad, unhappy and all. So we can say that this can fit the best as a synonym of despondence. But let us check the other options also. Number 3 is uncanny. Uncanny means strange, unusual, you can say. Unnatural, you can say. Okay, so this is not at all going with despondence. Next is tyranny. Tyranny means cruel, oppressive, oppressive kind of ruling or any kind of cruel, oppressive government. Okay, that is tyranny. So obviously this won't go. The best option was number 2. We have already found it out. Okay, next is question number 14. Identify the figure of speech in this sentence. Figure of speech is there in literature. You need to identify the literary device, and 4 of them are given. You need to choose the best option. Now first we need to read the sentence carefully. Soft language issued from their spitless lips as they swished. Now soft language came out from their spitless lips. Spitless means here our lips, people's lips who are feeling extremely thirsty, and they do not even have that saliva in their lips. Okay, so they are being termed as spitless. So we can say spitless lips as they squished. So here the literal meaning of spitless, I have told you, is not having any kind of saliva in your mouth. That's dry mouth, and that's the literal meaning. But over here it is being termed as spitless. The thing which is being termed as spitless is greatly frightened. So spitless over here means greatly frightened. All right. So greatly frightened lips. It's like you are extremely afraid of something that is going on, and that's why you are having spitless lips. As they squished. Now what do you understand by this word squished? Squished means to move with a hissing or a rushing sound. All right. So basically the sentence is trying to say that some sort of helping words were coming out, or soft languages were coming out from their spitless lips as they were rushing or moving with a hissing sound. That is, whispers were coming out of their mouth, their dry mouth. They were extremely afraid to say anything. That's why their voice was extremely low, and with a soft voice, with whispers. In whispers they were talking. They were asking for help. With a hissing or rushing sound. All right, that is what the sentence is trying to say. Now we need to identify the figure of speech over here. So let us first go through the figures of speech provided. Assonance. What do you understand by assonance? Assonance means same vowel word or same vowel sound, we can say. Same vowel sound. Now what comes under vowels? A, E, I, O, U. You have been studying that since the very beginning of your school days, and that is what is being applied over here. Assonance. Okay, assonance means same vowel sound being repeated with a group of words. So here in this sentence we know it's a group of words, and here if we check carefully, I, this letter I, that is a vowel sound, is being repeated again and again. That is, you see over here, first you see issued, E. Okay, then you see spitless, spit, E. All right, then you see lips, lip, E, all right. Then you have squished, I, E. So you see the sound E is coming from issued, you see E, spitless, E, the sound E, do follow, lips, you see E, lips, okay. Then you see squished, squished, all right. So I just stressed on the E a bit more so that you all can understand. So you see there's repetition of a vowel sound which is E, but the vowel is actually I, but the repetition is of E. So we can say there is assonance in this entire sentence. Okay, so that was the correct option for this sentence, but we need to discuss the other options also, the leftover options. Number 2 is malapropism. What do you understand by malapropism? Malapropism means like mistaken use of a word in place of a similar sounding one, okay. Like you have these homonyms like sheep and sheep, hair and hair. That's one is this rabbit and one is this hair on our head. So that kind of words you can say, like mistaken use of a word in place of a word having similar sounding, okay, similar sound. So that is malapropism. Next is litotes. What do you understand by litotes? Litotes basically is an ironic understatement, all right. Please do follow carefully. That is litotes over here means it's basically an ironic understatement in which an affirmative is expressed by negative of its contrary. Now I would like to give you a very simple example of litote, that is she is not unkind. So you see in this sentence, she is not unkind, we can easily say she is kind, but we are saying she is not unkind. So we are saying the positive thing through a negative word. So instead of using a positive word, we are using negative words to describe positivity. That is, she is not unkind. This actually means she is kind, right? So this is an example of litote. I would like to give another example for litote, that is, do follow the sentence. They aren't unhappy with the presentation. So I just told the sentence, they aren't unhappy with the presentation. But you all see, this actually means that they are happy with the presentation, right? So instead of saying they are happy with the presentation, we are saying they aren't unhappy with the presentation. See, we are using negative words to describe positive effect. That is litote. So here we don't find, in this sentence which is provided, we don't find anything of that sort. So obviously this will not go. Second one will also not go. Let us move over to the last option, that is chiasmus. Now chiasmus is a literary device in which the words, the grammatical constructions or the concepts are repeated in reverse order, okay. So you see like just the opposite, it gets reversed. That is chiasmus. In order to simplify this literary figure or this device, I would like to tell you an example, that is, do follow the example. She has all my love, my heart belongs to her. So I just told, she has all my love, my heart belongs to her. So you see, from the first part of the sentence, we come to know that she has all my love, okay. So obviously this lady is having all the love. Then why do we have to repeat the same thing in a very different way again in the second part of the sentence? The same thing is said in a different way, that is, my heart belongs to her. You see? So first part of the sentence is saying the same thing, as well as the second part of the sentence is also saying the same thing, just in a reverse order. That's it. So we have already decided the correct option, that is number 1. So that's it. Let's move over to the last question for today's class. That is question number 15. That is, identify the figure of speech used in the sentence. Now let us read the sentence. It is not that they did not know the outcome of the event, but still chose to proceed. So the sentence is saying that these people, it's not that these people did not know the outcome of the event, but they still chose to go through it, okay, to proceed, to just move on All right. So we need to find the figure of speech over here once again. What's the figure of speech over here? So let us check the options which are provided. Number one is tautology. Now tautology means repetition. Can we see any kind of repetition in this sentence? The same thing being repeated, the same conversation or the same thing which is said in the first part of the sentence, is it repeated in the second part? No. Do follow the sentence once again to check. It is not that they did not know the outcome of the event but still chose to proceed. So it's not at all getting repeated. The entire sentence is a normal sentence and it doesn't have any part which is getting repeated. So tautology won't go, it's wrong. Repetition isn't there. Let us move over to the second option, that is anticlimax. I feel this is the correct answer. Why? Because if you know the meaning of anticlimax, you will definitely say this is the correct answer. Now, what is anticlimax? Anticlimax means a disappointing end. Okay, it's a disappointing end which is provided to an exciting or impressive series of events. So any kind of disappointment at the end of a really impressive story or event can be termed as anticlimax. So if I read this sentence once again, it is not that they did not know the outcome of the event but still chose to proceed. So already these people knew the outcome but they still proceeded. Okay, maybe the outcome was not good, so it is quite disappointing. The outcome was not good, yet they chose to proceed. That is anticlimax. Okay, so there is a disappointing end. So number 2 would be the correct option, but let us go through the other 2 options also. Now we have already discussed what are litotes. Litotes I have told, but once again I would definitely repeat for all of you. Litotes basically means it's an understatement, ironic understatement you can say, in which an affirmative is expressed by the negative of its contrary. This means that you are saying a sentence which has positive meaning but negative words are used to express that positive meaning. Like for example, she is not unkind. So this means that she is kind, but we are using not and unkind. Okay, that's an example of litote. Let us move. So obviously this won't go, and here none of the words are portraying that it is litote. Okay. The last option which is provided is ascendaton. Now ascendaton means omission or absence of any kind of conjunction between the parts of a sentence. So if we follow the sentence once again just to find out if there are any conjunctions or not, it is not that they did not know the outcome of the event, but you see it's there, conjunction is there, so we cannot consider it as a part of ascendaton or figure of speech. Ascendaton is there because but which is a conjunction is already present. Okay, so I just told you what is ascendaton. So ascendaton is something in it's basically a sentence or a part of sentence where there is an omission of conjunction or there is absence of conjunction between the parts of a sentence. All right, like for example, in order to simplify your understanding, that is, do follow the sentence I'm saying. I came, comma, I saw, comma, I conquered, full stop. You see, I came, instead of writing and I saw, they are just putting a comma. I came, comma, I saw, comma, I conquered, full stop. Instead of using and 2 times, they have used comma in my example which I gave. So the correct answer was anticlimax. That's it for today's class. Hope so you could follow my teaching, and if you really want to solve question papers like this for any kind of entrance examination preparation, then you can just join our classes. Live lectures, recorded lectures, portal access, everything would be given to the enrolled candidates. Study materials would be provided at your doorstep. Solved study materials, answers to all the question papers would be provided. Doubt clearing sessions would be there, crash course facilities, mock test facilities, worksheets after every session would be provided to all the enrolled candidates. So अगर आप किसी भी entrance examination के लिए by chance preparation ले रहे हो, then you can join our classes to take all the guidance of our expert teachers. That's it. अगर आपको हमारे classes में join करना है, please to follow the description box below this video, or you can also follow the link and the phone number provided at the beginning of this video, or you can also find all of them in the description box below. That's it for today's class. We are going to meet once again in our next classes.